And there's Nixie getting the camera, rubbing her cheek all over it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. We call this studio kitty time. Yeah, don't lay on the laptop, please, kitty. See if see if she is going to be helpful or not. So I think this one I had this leg needed to come forward a lot more in order to catch up to where that wire's at. Just not too big of a deal. So yeah, don't be afraid to uh, whatsoever. Don't be nervous at all about changing your pose a little. When you get down to the nitty gritty to the finish line. You want to finish the character. You don't want to battle the armature too much. We did the surgery and everything up until the point where we're at now. So I feel pretty comfortable where this is, and I don't feel like I need to. I don't want to make any more changes to the armature itself. I want to just get it down and get some clothes on there. And yeah, garments are great, the best way to, and anything you want to do at the base. Garments and your diorama, some clay on there. And so we'll do that too. So yeah, let's start doing that. So I'm going to take my clay pieces that I got here and I'm just going to start layering them on there. I'm going to get really thin ones to start just so I have enough to cover. I don't want to go too overboard with it. She is relentless. I know you want to help, but this isn't the time to help. Yeah, so cute. Yeah, thank you for all your help. I do. I appreciate you. Yeah, I do. Always keep me company. My COVID got her before COVID, but it was just the year before. She had no problem with us being home all day. Now it's our little routine. I just leave everything out. Razor blades, solvents, everything. She's pretty smart. So over time, she knows which things get my attention. We do draw the line up biting and chewing on things, right, Nixie? I'm gonna bite and chew on things. Okay, so I'm just putting down a little something here. I might play around with snow, be the no-brainer for this. So I'm just putting down like a skin of monster clay over the base here so that I have a little more freedom for how the boot is compressed down into the ground so I can have it be sunken down a little bit if I go with snow. All right, I had to run over to the pasta machine and roll out some clay real quick. So some nice thin strips. Just tucking it around, making sure that you do a good impression into our little wax snow. And like everything else, I will do a reference of nice big snow boots in the snow, making sure that the way the snow kind of rises up around the edges and the depth by which the boot is in the snow. I want to have come up with some ideas for how to texture it, things like that. Make sure that the cat is no longer terrorizing us, so that's good. Here, just making sure that I don't have any obvious gaps or areas that are super thin where the wood's going to obviously protrude through while I'm trying to avoid that. Doing that, going really fast stuff. Just I'm trying to temperature in here. It's getting hotter. See, it's about 230 and yeah, okay. A little over 80, not too bad. I was going to get 90 here after a bit. Let's see. But yeah, the feet and the base, making sure the pose was good to begin with and well balanced and that comfortable. Like this piece as a test piece has gone through many iterations. So expect the same for your at least especially for your first one. If you're doing this brand new, you will have iterations. See now I can kind of extend some stuff off the side here a little bit. Bulk that up. Share that. So yeah, look up some snow. It wouldn't be ice or tundra, otherwise the foot wouldn't sink in as much, I don't think. Double check on the tundra thing, but I know there's different levels, of course, of tundra. Tundra can be like the permafrost, it could be um, partially melted and slushy, which of course will make it softer. Leaving the bottom wood, so that way if I'm handling it or picking it up, I'm not constantly dinging it against things and creating little oily, waxy marks around the house. Moving this thing around. I could pop it up and have icicles coming off or something if we were doing ice. And start thinking about the diorama aspect of this and what you want to present the overall storytelling instead of just the wooden base. In the base a little bit part of the story. Accentuate, add to it, but not to take away. And definitely add a little bit more in the corners there. There you go. So now I can go back to what I was originally doing was making this foot coming forward more. As I did that, I realized that what I'd done originally with that wood, with the metal sticking through, that because that metal piece was there, I couldn't have it too deep down in the snow. I couldn't shift the foot like left to right too much because of the metal. Even after the surgery, I still had a little snafu there. Okay, it should be pretty good. A little hockey stick piece here, as we like to call it. Sure isn't any metal in there. Hey there, yay, no metal. That's the thing when doing pieces over many months or even over a couple years, definitely start forgetting where you were, where stuff is on the sculpture. It's better to just get her done if you can. Get her done and be done. We go on to the next one. Okay, so yes, I'll probably put gloves on there. I think that's why his hands are so bulky. I'm just going to do the gauntlets and gloves thingy. So now his legs really more pronounced coming forward, and his little bulky little calves stick out there. It's kind of cool, but not equal to the other side. So I got to come around here and push it forward. Go. Bottom inside the kneecap. Bring it back. There we go. Now they match a little bit better. Still not perfect, but I'm gonna put the boot on there. So I'm not gonna worry about it too much. And feet gotta fit in there. So the foot to ratio, foot to the calf to the ankle. I'm not gonna bother putting ankles in there. If you wanted to, you could put little balls, the ankles, but definitely not worried about that. The sculpture. Yeah, and this arm's really in the way of me getting in to the leg, and that just happens with the poses. So sometimes, depending on how it's going, get my calipers again, double check the thickness of my thigh. So from this side here, Apply the hamstring to the other side and get it in there. Oh, okay. Shockingly close. Closer than I thought it would be. Good, good. Okay. Here up outside of the calf's higher, inside the calf, it's up higher. Make sure we do have the knees evened up pretty well. Legs forward. So I double check the thickness of the kneecap. Measuring will do. That's it. Okay. Good to know. I'm not trying to saw it, but um, I still am pretty bad, but if you really can avoid the mistake of not measuring as you go, that is a mistake to not measure as you go. Because the measuring stick don't lie. I mean, even if you're really wonky at it and placing it in the wrong spot and not quite doing it right, it's still going to give you a heck of a lot better gauge than just eyeballing it. Because eyeballing it is not the cleverest way to do this stuff. Yeah. Okay, I think for the first time, his legs look um, almost usable. Gotta make sure I check my focus on this. Okay, I think he's ready to costume up. For the most part, I'm not going to worry about refining anything more than what I have here. He's going to have a full array of garments. So over here we have, um, I used the pasta machine, but you can just roll out your clay and cut it into strips. I have some bigger strips. I have the smaller little noodle pasta strips. Some of them came out still together. And of course, cat hairs everywhere. But I kind of like this. It kind of pushes some up and forward. So I might actually do like a little tassel thing at the bottom. That. And then maybe we go around bottom here. Something like that. Almost has a corduroy look too. Could go. I mean, it's falling apart. It's part of, yeah, could do like some kind of straps on the wrist. That will actually come out pretty nice. So yeah, lots of ideas to play around with here for the costume phase of this thing. See you in the next one.